Oh, what is up, you guys? My name is Version1, and welcome back to Winds of Change. I know it's been quite a long while since, it's been since September. September 15th is the last time I played this glorious game. So we're going to load this up, and we're going to experience some magical wonders that is Winds of Change. Okay. So, did all this secret little stuff, right?
So this is the only way.
I've seen all this.
Yeah.
I remembered that.
Wow, there's so many.
Pretty much. But why are we standing here talking about...
Oh, right.
I forget. I have to click on the map. I have to click on the map to go into the city. Of course. As we take our first steps into Mazeo, we all pause and examine the surroundings. With a crowded mess of people running in every conceivable direction. Market stalls are set up wherever there's room with all sorts of wares.
Wait, I think I see them.
See who? Fortum immediately tries running ahead, enthralled by something he sees. But before he can get very far, Ulrich grabs him from behind and stops him. With a tight grip on Fortum's collar, it's clear he's not going anywhere.
Hey, what gives?
You can't just run off into a crowd like that, Fortum. You'll get lost, and I don't have the time to find you. Stay close to us. We'll get over there eventually.
All right.
He told you off, buddy. His ears droop down, and he starts to mope around. But before he gets too sad, Ulrich reaches into his pockets. Pulling out some coin, he gives to Fortum with a smile.
Here's some money to spend on whatever you want, but like I said, just make sure you stick close to us. This isn't the kind of place you want to be alone in.
Wow, thanks, Ulrich. I'm gonna look for some apples then. Can you point them out for me so I don't get lost?
Hold on, I gotta fix them. Okay. I think I got it fixed. I don't know. Camera's a little weird.
Yeah, they should be over there.
Over where? Pointing to a nearby market stall, Fortum runs off jubilant. Free money from Ulrich. He must have taken a liking to Fortum. Oh, free money from Ulrich? Okay. Either that or he figured somebody needed to keep him in line.
Well, I guess we should keep an eye out for Domek. Knowing him, he's already here waiting for us. Do you see him anywhere, Pro?
There's too many people. Give me a few minutes. I'll find him.
A few moments later, Fortum returns. He's holding an apple. A few moments return. Fortum returns. Wait. He's holding an apple, his eyes glistening with happiness.
Look, I finally got what I wanted. It was so expensive, though. I only had enough for one. Guess I'll have to make it last as long as possible, huh?
Only one? You were conned, Fortum. I should have followed you after all.
Conned?
Yeah, taken advantage of. The locals know a tourist when they see one. They raise the prices because you don't know any better.
Mean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, it's my fault. For a moment, I put too much faith in the people. At least now you know all of my warnings were true.
Ulrich lets out a large sigh and continues scouting the surroundings. He takes a few steps in different directions, as if that helped his search. But Valessa calls out to us shortly after, pointing back towards the gate.
Is that him?
A man that is standing there starts to laugh and approach us. He was standing with his back against the gate, out of sight. It was a perfect hiding spot since we'd be looking ahead.
I just wanted to see if you'd noticed me, actually. You've got a good eye on you. Valessa, right?
Why does it gotta put question marks? We already know it's Domek.
Yeah, the elder of Alanorth. Pleased to meet you, Domek, sir. Your friends have really talked you up.
And I'm Fortame, the scribe. We've heard a lot about you, actually.
All nonsense, I'm sure.
Why are you always blushing, buddy? After smiling at Valessa and Fortum, he approaches me.
And you must be the seer. It feels like I've been waiting forever to meet you. Honestly, the last little while has been so hectic.
He blushes and I can tell he's extremely nervous. It's odd, because he greeted Valessa and Fortin with ease. It humbles me to see a man such of importance treat me this way.
I almost can't believe this is happening. It's an honor to meet you, Seer. It truly is.
I didn't picture the general to be so handsome. The honor is mine, Dominic. So you're the one who forced me into all this. I'm just going to say nice to meet you.
I hope the journey from Valinor wasn't too bad. The weather seemed fair. It's just those blood leaves. We might have to talk about that some more in a bit.
Yeah, good call. I reach out and shake his hand, but he immediately pulls back. With a nervous laugh, he rubs the back of his head. Did I do something wrong? He seems excited to meet me, so I assumed the handshake was in order.
Anyway, shall we get going? We have quite a busy day ahead of us.
He starts walking, expecting us to follow, but as soon as he gets to Pro, he stops in his tracks.
Oh, just one more thing before we move along. You'll be on cleaning duty for the next month, Pro.
What? What did I do?
It's more about what you didn't do, and the answer to that is everything. I ended up sending Ulrich to pick up your slack. We can't afford to waste time anymore. I'm sure you had your reasons, but...
Yeah, and they were really good reasons. I couldn't just march into Valinor with the blade. I need to have some discretion. It took time.
Really, Pro, you know you can't just throw excuses at me. I know how this stuff works. You were lazy.
He lets out a loud sigh while Pro shuffles in place, ashamed.
I suppose it's my fault in the first place. I should have known better than to send you there. With a tavern in the way, your priorities would be clear.
After their spat, Dominic turns to face me while I smile. Even when he was scolding, it was polite. That's interesting. I can start to see why people would like to follow him.
Anyway, we have some business with the mayor. Let's head to his house. I'll explain there. After that, I'll give you a tour of our HQ.
Owie.
Plans with Grizz. Is it about the pirates?
I said I'd explain when we get there, Ulrich. We can't talk about this kind of stuff out in the open. Finish up whatever business you have, and we'll get going.
Will do. With that said, I guess it was time to head to the mayor's house. I knew nothing about Mazeo, so I didn't know if there was a detour or not. But either way, my training with the Blade of Exodus would surely begin today. I look at Valessa and Fortin, and we nod at one another. I guess I'd finish up any business here, then follow Dominic. My legs are tired, but it feels like our trek was almost over. Look. Dominic has now permanently joined your party. Yes, a new statistic, morale, has been unlocked. Troop morale is at 90%! You can't see because my head's in the way. Morale may rise and fall over the course of the game. Your army and their welfare will be affected by your choices. Ensure a high morale, or your forces may not survive the coming war. Ooh! Hey, it's got a little hard over Valessa! It's because I was making smooth moves on her, brother, you, Valessa. Let's give a little save. Because I don't want to mess anything up. Alright, so,
Hey, this is where I got those apples. Still wish they didn't end up scamming me.
You can never trust anybody around here. Even I get taken advantage of sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I can let my guard down too. So don't feel bad about your mistake, Fortin.
If anything, he learned an important lesson. Should we go complain? Maybe he can get his money back.
There's no point. They'd never give it back. We'd only end up bringing more attention to ourselves. I think we'll just have to chalk this one up as a loss.
Alright. I'm sorry.
You didn't do anything wrong. They did.
You're good, buddy.
I'll buy you more apples when I get a chance. The money I gave you could have easily bought 10.
10?
Alright, what's the
Wow,
rule?
you can buy weapons here? I mean, they're just laying out in the open.
Yeah, you can buy anything in Mazeo. If it's not legal, then the pirates can get it for you. They call this place the town of infinite connections.
There we go.
Wow.
one looks like your sword, Ulrich. Did you buy your sword from one of these places?
No, my sword is ancient. Rumor says it belonged to an Alaranthian legend. With just how well it's made, I think that's actually true.
Wow, a legend? Explains why you carry it around all the time.
Yeah, I'd hate to leave it unattended. Even when I carry it, people beg me to sell it. But it beats leaving it alone and risking theft.
So you've used that sword for your entire life?
I have, and I'll use it for the rest of my life too. It shows no signs of wearing down. It's perfect. I can't say the same about the ones they have for sale.
Right. Ulrich motions to the market stall that initially got Valesa's attention. The merchant glances over at us, understanding Ulrich's accusational gesture. We quickly run away from the stall before he can speak or chase after us. We ran a whole 5 feet away. All right.
Wow, you can buy one.
Yeah,
Ah, damn it.
Hey,
no, yeah, I'd hate to leave it.
All right. I didn't mean to skip that. I didn't mean to do that part. All right. Is there any books anywhere?
how far back does this town square go?
To be honest, it almost doesn't stop. Mazeo is pretty much one huge market. There's a few residential areas, but they're tiny.
That's insane!
Yeah, but you get used to it.
Where do the people live then?
Most of them have small beds behind their market stalls. Those that are lucky enough to own an actual shop live inside of it. If you want to live in Mazeo, you need to sell something of value.
Or offer your services, like me with my sword on.
Yeah,
Or
you need to
other
do
services.
something to make money. If you live in a residential
Potatoes
area,
this way.
that means you're rich. It's a sign of wealth. Like, you don't need to work anymore.
I'm guessing not everybody gets that far.
No, most people live on a day-to-day basis. If they don't sell something that day, they don't eat.
That's crazy. In Valinor, we share everything. We'd never stand by while citizen starves.
Yeah, you have it pretty good in Valinor. But this is what I like to call the real world, Valessa. Valinor was special. The rest of the world is more like this.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can change that. Where do you think we'll be living after the war?
If we survive, anywhere we want.
Hey, he said anywhere. This line says wherever. Okay. I think that's all the little goodies. Let's talk to Valessa. Oh, access Fortum's heart to heart. I thought that was Valessa. I notice Fortum standing at one of the market stalls enthralled. I take a few steps forward to see what he's looking at, and nobody follows me. It seems they're willing to give us some time alone now that we're in Mazeo.
Seer! Check this out!
What you got there, buddy? He points to a bunch of strange metal objects attached to ropes. If I could describe them as anything, it would be metallic claws. I have no idea what they are, however, or why he's so taken by them.
You know, when I climb trees, it's hard to get a grip. But with these, I can just stab them into the tree and hold on. I didn't know these existed. It would make things so much easier.
He shuffles in place,
You don't
thinking
think that
to
would hurt the
himself.
trees, do you?
It might. We can never be too sure, Fortune.
Oh, I guess you're right. Especially since spiritual energy is stored inside of trees. Or at least, that's what they say. I wonder, though.
Mm. He leans a bit closer to the market stall, looking for a price.
And of course, there's no price on them. Probably so they can scam people, too. I'll have to get Ulrich to figure this out.
He smiles and laughs softly before turning to face me.
You know, these markets are pretty cool. What do you think about them, Seer?
Pretty awesome, yeah. Choice will permanently reflect your relationship. Ah. Save, 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 save. Great place to have our first date, I think. There's way too many people for my liking. That's the introverted me what I said. I just wish our parents were here with us. I'm leaning toward either that one. I mean, that's just like regular friendship heart, I think. That's like in love, I think. That's obviously just like brute forcing it. I don't even know what this symbol is, but I really like that. I wish our parents were here with us.
Yeah, I think that's on all of our minds. let's go someplace private for a bit. No need to talk about this in front of everybody.
He grabs an apple out of his pocket and gives me a sly smirk. It's the one Ulrich bought for him. He must not have eaten it yet. As he runs away, I follow him, and we end up in a nearby back alley.
Much better. I can actually hear myself think now. Let's grab a seat and relax. We deserve it.
He motions to the ground, and it didn't seem comfortable, but I would do. I sit down and rest my back against the wall. He promptly sits down beside me. Holding out the apple, he inspects it, almost like he's a bit hesitant to eat it.
I wonder if it'll taste like I remember. It's only been around 20 years after all. Hey, let's share it. You should try some too.
He stares directly at the apple, watching it glisten in the sunlight.
You know, I'm kind of scared to eat it. I'm worried it might not live up to my memories. Things don't usually work out that way. Why should this?
Ah, it's fine. He shrugs and then looks up at me.
Here goes nothing?
He raises it up to his mouth and takes a large bite. Crunch. Shaking with excitement, juices drip down his chin. I can tell that it's just as good as he remembers.
Wow. You have got to try this, Seer.
Holds it up, offering it to me, his hands practically shaking. I grab it from him and inspect it. It's incredibly soft and juicy. They must have grown this differently in order to make it special. But I wonder why the Triumvirate would ban this from trade. It seems harmless, but I can't remember the last time Fortune was so happy. I take a bite with a loud crunch and start chewing. The sweetness is overwhelming. I always doubted how good this apple would be. Fortune really talked it up. There was always the worry in the back of my mind that it wasn't really that good. However, after finally tasting it, I know I was unequivocally wrong. It was amazing.
See? I told you. I can't believe I'm eating this again. I just wish my parents could be here.
I hand him back the apple and we slowly take turns eating it. Minutes later, only the tiny core remains. We really went to town on it. Placing it down by his side, Fortune rests against the wall, sighing.
Thanks for sharing that with me, Seer. Actually, thanks for hanging out with me at all. I know there's so much to do. I'm really honored.
He smiles before standing back up, and I do so as well. There was no point in this quest if I couldn't have fun along the way. Our bonds could flourish even during war. That was an incredible friendship.
Back to business, I guess? But mark my words, I'm gonna get that climbing gear. And a second set, too. I'll make an apprentice out of you yet.
He smirks and runs back into the market. I follow after him and we regroup with everybody else. That was a nice distraction, but it was time to get things back on track.
Hey,
Bah, Dominic! Stop! Okay. No, tell me about the Triumvirate, tell me about your thoughts of our combat.
sure. What would you like to know?
What do you think about Valessa? What do you think about my bae?
I don't really know anything about her yet. But I'd like to change that if I get the opportunity. I think she seems like a wonderful person.
hey. What do you think about Pro?
Now, I'm a little upset with him, but I'll manage. He's my go-to man when something involves being sneaky. His reconnaissance work has been a great boon to our efforts. I suspect that you'll be working with him closely in the future.
Yeah,
A lot of our final attack on Balteus will involve a stealthy infiltration, but we'll get to more of that in the future, so no need to waste time on it now.
What do you think about me?
Well, I wouldn't know where to start. You're such an important figure to both me and my army. But to Alestia, you're going to be known as their savior. I have to admit, you're a bit different than I expected.
Well, am I more
All this stuff made me think
handsome?
You'd be larger than life? But I guess that's my fault. You're just a normal person. The thing that makes you
that's
special is
right.
on the inside, not the outside. I guess it just benefits us that not everybody can see that, right?
You got it, buddy. Oops, you weren't done. My bad. Let's know about our
Sure.
battle plan.
Anything specific?
So our first step. Do you have any any detailed strategy on a final battle. Do you have any idea how we could save Valinor?
You mean imbue it with spiritual energy? I'm not sure. But I wouldn't classify your nation as dead. Not just yet. The power inside of you is proof that we can redirect it. If the spirits can move power from the land to an individual, well, there's no reason to believe that the reverse isn't possible. That blade is capable of so much. I think it will be the key to all of that.
Do you have any detailed
and it's
strategy?
something you'll be hearing more of. We have some stuff to take care of for now. You'll get used to the war table, trust me.
Awesome.
Well,
First
I'll
up.
have you rest for the day. Then we'll start training you with the Blade of Exodus tomorrow. I think that slow exposure therapy will be the best possible approach. As you build a tolerance for its power, you'll be able to wield it longer. Of course, you'll also be training in the basics of swordplay. Ulrich will make sure that you learn everything you need to. We have the
Awesome.
benefit of foresight here. We know the Triumvirate will be busy with Valinor. You can train, and we can attack Balteus right under their noses.
Okay, guys. My dinner came. I didn't want to stop playing, so bear with me. I'm gonna eat while I do this. Next, right. Nothing else, huh? Alright. You go to the mayor's house, right? Fall after Dominic and embark on what seems to be an endless journey. However, after an hour or so of walking, we end up at in a residential area. The buildings here are built beautifully, very different from before.
Wow, this place looks incredible. My town square was a little bit off. Not the best first impression, if you ask me.
It's a sign of wealth to live far away from the markets. Only those who work live near the town square. Once you've got it made, you move out here.
That is, of course, unless you're important to Mazeo. Grizz gets to live here free of charge for his services. That offer even extends to Lilith, his assistant.
Aw.
You mean like our elder back in Valinor?
Yeah, exactly. So make sure to be careful. In this district, pretty much everyone is royalty. Or at least they expect to be treated that way.
Alright,
Him as
thanks for
royalty.
the advice, Dominic.
She moves to the back of the group almost like she's worried. We continue to walk, but not for much longer. Dominic stops in his tracks.
To your right, Grizz's office. Sorry it took a while, but you know how it is. It'll be an even longer trek back to our new HQ.
Bleh. He laughs and motions to the nearby building. It stood out from the rest in both quality and size.
It's time for you to tell us what's going on. I hate being left in the dark like this. You know that.
Of course. You know I'm a man of my word. I just didn't like talking about the stuff in the town square.
Aw. He cracks his knuckles, like he's preparing for something. He faces toward Valessa, Fortum, and myself with a smile. It's almost like he assumes that Ulrich and Pro are up to speed.
Well, as you know, Mazeo is rampant with piracy. All of that chaos needs some sort of order, right? 2 pirates have risen to the challenge, Alex and Nada. Unifying all the pirates isn't an easy task, but they did it. They have established trade routes on the largest fleet in the world. We want to strike a deal with them and gain some ships. Easy, right? When we attack Balteus, we won't be able to hold back. Having enough ships to carry our massive army over is essential. And if we can get the pirates to fight with us, even better. Grizz made it clear that he wants to cut a deal. In order to win them over, we'll need to bend to their will. However, after learning that Alex and Nada have started to fight, now we have to choose who we side with. They both want different things, but they both offer ships. That's why we're here. I imagine they're waiting inside.
Crap. He speaks with such passion and enthusiasm. It's enthralling. It was clear that he truly cared about Alestia and its people.
The future of Mazeo is likely going to change. It's so exciting. I'll negotiate with them and Grizz will make any necessary decrees. I just want my favorite people present. So that's why you're all here.
Read it. Sorry, I breathed my soda. He smiles and turns back to Ulrich and Pro.
I trust there aren't any objections.
Oh, owie. Ulrich scoffs, crossing his arms. He's already doing that.
We're sure up to the scale of our attack. I thought we just planned to steal a few ships, but now you want an entire fleet? What changed?
Woo!
We need to give this our all if we're going to win. But remember, we have a world to reshape when we're done. Striking a deal with the pirates is something that needs to happen. I mean, we could wait until after the war, but if we do it now, we stand a better chance of winning. Plus, the people need to know that we're capable rulers too.
Fair enough. I concede.
Ulrich smiles, the promise of more power and might appealing to his curiosity.
That's brilliant, Domek. Taking care of 10 problems with one move, as usual. I'm just glad that they get to see for themselves now.
He motions to Valessa, Fortum, and I. Seemed like a sound strategy, to be honest. Gain military might and prove himself capable of leadership. The people would need to know that he's worth following. Releasing Mazeo from the grip of the Triumvirate would be a great start. And thankfully, Grizz was on our side. This wouldn't be possible otherwise.
Well, I guess it's time. I'm a little nervous, but I'll manage.
I'm hungry. With a quick smirk, he's on his way inside. Pro and Ulrich go too, expecting us to follow suit.
Man, things are sure busy around here. Hope we get to rest when we get to our HQ.
Right?
Come on, Fortum. It's interesting. We're watching history in the making here.
So damn cute.
If it's history, then it'll be in a book. I'd just sleep and read it when I get up.
If anyone's wondering why I'm eating, I'm just hungry. Oh. They talk amongst themselves as they enter Grizz's house. I guess I should hurry in so I don't miss anything. Signs that point in every possible direction. They're labeled things like Town Square and Residential District. A couple of the others say Docks and Church of the Triumvirate. I guess it was easy. Directions in Mazeo. I'm still dying. Seems like the Rebel HQ is on the opposite direction. As I've learned, it's located in tunnels underneath the church. But stealing the tunnels underneath the Triumvirate's church, something about that seems incredibly risky to me. I'm sure Domek knows what he's doing, though. Residential district seems to go on forever. But it's all flat. There's no elevation like in Valinor. Back at home, social status was determined by how high you live. 420 blaze it, dude. The owner lives right on top, since he's the most important. I was in the house right next to the main street, an easy walk to Milas. I wonder how social status is determined in Mazeo. Maybe I'll ask Domek. Grizz's house is a massive tree right next to it. At the very top, I can see apples growing. Perhaps those are the same ones Fortum likes. Either way, they seem well maintained and fresh. Perhaps this is Grizz's food of choice as well. Grizz's house is much more impressive than the others. It stands just as tall, but it's easily twice as wide. He must have a ton of free space in there. I think that's everything, isn't it? Wait, no. Oh! When I enter Grizz's house, I'm taken aback by how massive it is. A front desk, probably for his assistant, rests near the front door. But behind is a massive atrium with a staircase leading up. Why do you suppose there's two sets of stairs? Well, that's easy. One's for going up, the other's for going down. Oh! I'm willing to bet the Grizz's office at the top of that staircase. I look around and find Dominic, Ulrich, and Pro chatting with a woman. That must be the assistant that Dominic mentioned earlier. After noticing me enter, she quickly approaches us. Valessa and Fortin retreat behind me, leaving me in charge. I take a step forward and introduce myself to her without
I've heard so much about you, sir. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Good to meet you too, Liz. She puts her hand forward and give her a firm handshake. Valessa and Fortin seem immediately at ease. She's very friendly. For the moment, I'm not entirely sure what they were expecting. Neither am I.
Guessing that's the Blade of Exodus.
She tilts her head towards my back.
You can take that cloak off in here, by the way. Everybody in this office knows what's going on. There's no need to hide around Grizz, or myself.
I nod and remove the makeshift hood covering my head. I feel the fresh Mazean air on my face for the first time.
Come back here with the rest of us, alright? I think they're almost ready to head upstairs.
Gotcha. She motions to the main landing area of the atrium. We move past her desk, which acts like a barrier. Almost like a barrier. I assume she acts as Grizz's guard as well, standing watch. After a few moments, we regroup with the others. They're talking amongst themselves, but Lilith brings that to an end. Clapping her hands together once and very loudly, their attention is
Sorry,
grabbed.
Lilith. Just lots to think about at the moment. I'm almost nervous to walk up there, if I'm honest.
You've been looking forward to this.
There's no need to be nervous, Dominic. It won't be any different from the last time you were here. Just a few added bodies, that's all. Not the end of the world.
Wait, are they dead?
I just don't want to make the wrong choice. There's a lot riding on this, Lilith.
Oh, well, like you're going to give the
Wrong
choice.
choice
It's
in
going to
the
give me the
past.
choice.
Well, I don't think so.
Then you'll be fine. Besides, Alex and Nada aren't too bad. They're both playing ball to get what they want. That means they'll have to be on their best behavior. So if being in the presence of pirates was a worry for...
Me?
Oh, no, that's not it at all. I'm more than happy to work with the pirates. You're right, though. I have a good track record.
He lets out a nervous laugh before looking up to the top of the stairs.
I guess that'll have to do. Are they ready?
Yeah, they're expecting all of you. It might be a bit crowded, but you'll manage.
Did you happen to overhear anything? You know, so I don't go in blind?
Unfortunately, no. They're being very discreet.
Oh well, worth a shot. I guess it's finally time to do this. Are you ready, everybody?
Do it. He looks at us. He looks at all of us one by one, and we nod. I can tell he's trying to delay this, but I'm not too sure why.
Grizz will give me a debriefing when you're done. I know you're busy, so after this, just go on your way. Lots to do and little time to do it, right?
You're right. She glances at me and the sword on my back before walking away. It seemed this quick detour wasn't going to be quick at all. During these negotiations, everything could change. Hopefully, Dominic would be able to get what he needs. I just hope that the pirates' demands aren't too extreme. With the high ground, they had the right to request anything. We all look at the top of the stairs ready to get things moving. This would be a very important moment for Dominic and the rebels. To that end, we shouldn't keep Grizz waiting too much longer. But you're going to give me a chance to look around. Important papers are stored about the desk. It's not my business to read them, but curiosity overtakes me. I slowly approach the desk and try my best to make out what I can. Seems a bunch of papers regarding upcoming shipments. It's correspondence between Grizz and Mazeo's shipping company. Underneath those papers is a letter between Grizz and
Hey,
Triumph.
get away from there. Those papers aren't for your eyes. That's top secret. Only for the mayor.
Damn. And why leave them out in the open like that? Before I can continue, she gathers them up and takes them away. She's running all over the place, so this must be a busy girl. Oh, damn it. Skip. Turn skip off. What's this? There's a book sitting wide open on one of the desks. Seems to be a news article and recently written, too. I inspect it further and learn that the details of Mazeo's piracy.
The blurred lines
Hey!
of piracy. The pirates of Mazeo undertake the importing and exporting of illicit goods. Everything else is handled by the Mazeo Shipping Company, and there is little else that divides the two factions. They both have established trade routes, a large group of workers and clients all over Alestia. Many people see the pirates as harmless individuals, simply looking to make a living by seizing opportunities that others don't. The way that pirates are treated today is vastly different than before the Triumvirate's occupation of Mazeo. Was that intentional? We have to wonder if this was the Triumvirate's goal. When asked his opinion on this matter, the local pirate lord Alex had this to say. I find it hard to believe that a small piece of paper is all that stands in the way of me and my people living an honest life. We don't hurt anybody or put anyone in danger. The people of Mazeo are clinging to a legal decree that makes no sense. I'd like to see the trade bans lifted and me and my people introduced into society as honest workers. That is my dream, and I continue to fight for it. When asked for her opinion, Nada, the other pirate lord, refused to comment.
Aha! I guess it's more complex than I thought. It's almost like Alex is fighting for more rights. All that divides the groups is one piece of paper. Okay, everything's fixed. Oh, Jesus, hi guys. Oh, shite balls, man.
Hey,
Ugh.
Lilith.
Hey, Vanessa.
Yeah?
Is there a library in Mazeo? Like, a place to read up on the spirits? I have some stuff I'd like to look into.
Unfortunately, no. The Triumvirate seized all of that long ago. Rumor has it they've stuffed it all in Balteus.
You mean at the Grand Library?
Yeah, but I don't know for sure. It's just ancient rumors at this point.
Ancient?
There's a group of people that say so, yeah. They think life existed on Alestia before the Triumvirate. When they took over, they just stole any writing saying otherwise.
That's impossible.
Hey, I didn't say they were a smart group, but nobody's been to the Grand Library to see. The Triumvirate keeps such a tight grip on Balteus.
So they can't prove their theories. But at the same time, we can't disprove them.
Exactly. Unless you visit the Grand Library. You're going to Balteus, right?
Oh yeah, we're going. That's right. Die of sneezing.
That's the end goal, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Then maybe we'll find out soon. Whatever knowledge they have in there, we deserve to know. I'm sure
You right? Oh, shit. Thought she was done
Who do
talking.
you side with, Lilith?
What do you mean? Like, between Alex and Nada?
Yeah, the pirates. I was just curious, that's all.
Well, I don't know their demands. That would play a big part in my choice. But even then, it's not my place to decide.
Oh, I'm not asking you to decide. It's just a hypothetical question. Hey, take your time. It's not an easy decision after all.
Alex, hands down.
Or you could answer instantly. But why Alex? What makes him better?
He treats me with respect, that's what. Nada, on the other hand, well, that's a different story. The way I look at things, there's two types of people. Those that use others as stepping stones for success, and those that respect others, rising to the top together. Nada is the former, and Alex is the latter. She's ruthless. She's pretty much double-crossed everybody but Grizz. If that ever happens, trust me, I won't be surprised at all.
How do we know we can trust her then?
Well, her and Alex have the edge in negotiations. They have what we want, so they can demand anything. I have no doubt that Nada will try to gain power and influence. These are the things she'd usually stab others in the back for, but now she has an opportunity to get it just by helping Grizz.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. She's only in it to get what she wants.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and Alex, on the other hand, I'm sure his demands will benefit more than him. That's just the type of guy he is, so I like him more.
All right. Thanks for the information.
Purity and corruption.
No problem, little one.
So far, I think I'm going to go with Alex, because evidence dictates that. Okay, so data book.
The blurred lines of piracy. The pirates of...
Oh, I already read that. Got achievement time to study. Alright, so I'm going to save and then we're going to move, and I guess actually I'll end the episode here. As much as I want to play a little bit more, I got to cut some stuff out and I got to get this stuff ready for I got to get this stuff ready for tomorrow, so I have to edit this real fast and then I have to do another, might have enough time to do one more little recording, but I don't know. But I hate to leave it on a cliffhanger like that because most of this is just going around and talking. But it's tons of fun. We've been playing for 6 hours. It's really good. I don't know how long this game actually is. Again, I didn't know when I first started playing it to begin with, when I played through the first half, like the first quarter of it, through the opening act, which was really fun. I'm enjoying the shit out of this. And it seems like I can have one more party member slot, so I'm going to get one more person in my party for now. Wonder who that'll be. I don't know. Well, all that being said, you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Winds of Change. This is tons of fun to play, and it's tons of fun to... It's just a good little chill game to sit back and read. A lot of fun. So, all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Hey, peace out.